Hello you guys out there, and welcome once more to my enthusiast channel. I'm the enthusiast guy and it's Christmas, well, nearly. That means I have a gift for you, and that gift is sort of an emulator. I hope you like classic retro computers, because this is kind of in that area. Um, the last 5 months I've been doing this. I've been creating something which one of my colleagues calls a fictional machine. Of course, it doesn't have any hardware, but at least we have the emulator, which works on PC. So let me just give you details on it. It's called Continuum 93. That's how I named it. I like that name. It's because of this Christmas rush that I'm going through. It has absolutely no software written for it. It doesn't even have an operating system. What it has is a bunch of software I've written, and I will do some tutorials for. So that's really about it. But of course, you can feel free to write your software, even an operating system, if you feel that way. But aside from that, there's no software, because it's just just the last 5 months have been just development, nothing else. So that's one thing. You can, as I said, you can actually write software for it today. It works. It runs on PC for now. Of course, you can write pure assembly code for it, and the assembly consists of a simplified set of instructions for now. Now, the main thing is that it was created with gaming in mind, and specifically retro gaming. So as such, it possesses some video layers. You can create up to 8 layers, which don't affect each other, each one with its own memory page. It has up to 16 megabytes of RAM, a variable frequency processor which you can tweak a bit, but it's also dependent on the host hardware. So if you put it on a powerful laptop, I think you can take it up to, I don't know, 500 megahertz or something. But this being a retro machine, I think it sits very well at around, let's say, 20 megahertz or maybe 40, something like that. It also has 2D accelerated functions, such as shape or sprite drawing. You can also draw text with it easily, just by accessing some interrupts. It's built to allow a bit of packaging, so you could, in theory, create your game and just package it and put it for free on your preferred platform for that. So I'll go over the detailed specifications in a separate video. This is just in a nutshell a presentation. It was also designed to be a sandbox for the electronics hobbyists and thinkers. Basically, I call those guys inventors of sorts. So it will eventually reach Raspberry Pi, Banana Pi, Orange Pi, all those pies. Half of them are in China, half of them you can't find, but it will eventually reach them. And I'm also seriously targeting the ESP32 family, which will probably support a limited version, as it won't hold the whole memory of 16 megabytes, which is possible. But I think it's a very good candidate for this. Also, if you have some idea of hardware which could be interesting, cheap, because cheap is also important, and could host this, just let me know in the comments or on the website, because I've done it also on website. I'll mention it. Okay, now some things that are clearly missing from this release now, and that's because, as I said earlier, I've rushed a bit so I can catch the Christmas thing. One thing is that there is no built-in step-by-step debugger. Now, some of you guys, which are probably familiar with assembly code, know very well that you can't really do a lot of assembly without a good debugger, just in case. It's coming, but I don't have it now. It's actually the first priority for this machine. For now, I'm afraid you will have to rely, if you want to write code tomorrow, you will have to rely on the errors that the compiler throws and are being logged. So that is available to you. So whenever you compile your code, you will see the errors and you will probably imagine what's wrong for now. Okay, second, but still very, very important, is the lack of sound for Continuum 93. No ability of sound or music at this point. I am considering some hardware slash software, because there's also an emulator for an 8-voice chip that I think I will be doing a prototype for, and that will be created as a sort of a soundboard, and it could also possess an emulator for the PC, and that's a bit complicated. I'm hoping to simplify that, make it feasible, and actually have it as a feature for Continuum 93 in the future. But for now, as I said, no sound, we don't have it. Most importantly, this is free to use and distribute non-commercial games with. So for this kind of usage, it will always be free that way. Make sure you download it from the itch link that I've provided below in the description. So make sure that you also use the website's discussion board to ask me any questions you might have. I will try to have some tutorials to get you going in how to write assembly code with this. The assembly instruction set which lives on Continuum 93 is a different flavor. I would like to call it a simplified flavor, but I think that's also a matter of personal taste. So you can decide whether it's simplified or more confusing. You can also mention that in the discussion board. But it's there, and if you have any questions on it, of course, there's also a manual, a technical manual provided with it, a reference manual for the instructions and interrupts that you can use. And I think those two are very good tools to get you going, but also the tutorials that I'll provide with some examples, with some code examples. So stick around, check out the website below for this project. Subscribe if you want to have some updates on new videos that I release, and let me know if you have any criticism, feedback, whatever opinion or idea you may have. Let me know in the comments below or on the website on the discussion board. And again, Merry Christmas.